Hello everybody, welcome back to the San Andreas Rallycross Championship of 2021, moved over into the 2022 season. Today we will be taking the champions from last time, which in this case is the 𝙤𝙤𝙫𝙤, the 𝙤𝙤𝙀𝙀, the 𝙤𝙤𝙀𝙀, the 𝙤𝙤𝙀𝙀, the 𝙤𝙤𝙀𝙀 RR, the 𝙤𝙤𝙀𝙀, the 𝙬𝙤𝙪, the Jester Classic, the Penumbra, the BF Club, the Jugular, the Vapid Dominator, ASP, the Italia RSX, and whoever is the loser of that round will face the Italia RSX, just based on time. So, today we have our lineups today, which will be posted right in front of you. Place your bets on who will win, and we are going to kick off this first race with the 𝙤𝙤𝙫𝙀. Don't forget everyone to like and subscribe this video for round 3 to come out soon, which will be our final decider on who wins the San Andreas Rallycross 2021 Championship. And without further ado, the 𝙤𝙤𝙫𝙀, everyone. And here goes the 𝙤𝙤𝙫𝙀 tearing up the field already. Wow. That's going down pretty quick. Taking nice gradual. Oh shit! Down the fucking ditch already. Mother of God, it slipped down there faster than child support payments. But here it goes after it has financially recovered and it is back on the road. Moving better than ever, taking turns like it never even fell down that ditch. Maybe needs. Oh shit! Did you see that turn there? Damn. You know, thought an alignment would be needed after it scraped that grass over. Guess not. Oh, took a little bit of a hit there, but it's going. It's moving. It's moving hard on this rough terrain here. It is not a rally car to start with, but it's moving like one. And that's why we have San Andreas Rallycross, to find out who the true rally car really is. And right now, it is looking like the 𝙤𝙀 will take a spot on that podium. As it comes down, the asphalt part of this track is not good conditions out right now for anything but all-wheel drive, and maybe front-wheel drive if you feel like dragging your ass behind you with your front arms like you're monkey walking like a dog. But the 𝙤𝙀 does look like it's taking on some force here. Grabbing up distance. Who knows? Whoever's up next after this better start watching out, because you're gonna need a little bit of some reassurance after facing this. Knocking over a pole, luckily we don't have to pay for that, actually. Fuck! And we do. It's coming up this hill very nicely though, and Nero's gonna have, oh! Okay. There's a smooth turn there. The Nero's gonna have some work to do. Hopefully he can make this up. Well, coming up near the end here, approaching the Vinewood sign. Oh! Luckily he didn't fall off there. That would have been catastrophic, not only for you, but for us financially too. But it's coming up over the hill, and there it goes on the end, and here comes the Nero chasing right after it. It is wasting no time whatsoever, taking those turns so vigorously. Here we have a wing view. Oh, it looks, oh, it's spinning out and going down in the ditch too. Down to the second road here, needs to make its way back up to the checkpoint in order to continue, and it looks like it is doing that with the all-wheel drive capabilities. Thank God for that. I swear if it was rear-wheel drive, you would not be coming up. And that crash there, that's going to need another couple $10,000. Good thing we don't have to pay for that one, luckily. But it's coming over into the off-road portion, and it's looking like it's handling it very well, actually. With a nice all-wheel drive platform, it's going to take it very easily. And our wing camera seems to be holding on pretty well also with the turns coming up, so we'll see how that goes. And it looks like it was a very graceful turn. Playing it safe after falling down the ditch, you don't want to end up flying somewhere far off the course with that one. That would be bad. But it comes down the hill, it goes and enters right back onto the asphalt, and this is where it has its strong suit. As you can see, it's speeding up very quick on the asphalt. But as it comes up to its turn, it takes it very slow, pulling the e-brake too, it seems. and then it heads right through the fences, right back onto the terrain, dirt. Smoothly through that. This thing looks unstoppable now. It's taking those turns very hard. It's taking that speed very... This is a tough hill. Why are you taking it so hard? Okay, oh! Front end damage right there. That's definitely gonna leave a mark. Ooh. Reminds me of something happened today. This weather is not treating it very well, but despite the front bumper damage, along with some side damages, it's gonna ass damage too. You're gonna need a lot of plastic surgery after this one. Oh. Ooh. Who's that one person that got a lot of plastic surgery who doesn't look that good anymore? Who knows, but it's gonna look like that. Remember the Vinewood sign, it looks like it's gonna do pretty well here. It's moving very quick. And it looks like the Ignis has already taken the cake though, but now we have our Italy GTB versus our Tempesta. I am sorry, Nero, but you are eliminated. And moving on to the Italy GTB, right now getting a good launch off of the start here. It is trailing through that at incredible speed, and it's looking like it is unstoppable. But down the ditch, it claims another life. But thank God for our all-wheel drive. As it comes right up, we get our wing view of the turns here along. Whoa. Okay. You're slamming through there. You better be careful. You're not going to have any tire tread by this. You don't want slicks in a rally race. Okay. Coming on to the off-road portion. First one, it's looking very good. I'm going to roll over already. That's going to cost it a little bit of time, especially on the one that was before. You know what? Don't sweat it. Don't sweat it. Shit happens. Especially going into a tree, shit happens. Don't worry, Italy GTB. You're still on route for greatness, destined to come through that. And here, it's flying down the hill. All gas, no brakes, especially, or except any brake there. That was a risky turn, but beneficial there. Now we have our window-mounted camera through the turn here, and it's gonna hit the pole a little bit, and the fence and the rocks. That was not a good turn for the GTB, but as we all know in San Andreas Rallycross, you only get one shot to make these. So if you fall off the course, that's your one shot, and that's it. But the GTB isn't giving up, especially in the rough terrain. It is supplied as of right now, and it moves on to the asphalt course of this. Going up the hill, it's not going to have any tire tread after this. I swear, you're not even going to be able to fit a dime down that. Ooh, that'll be bad. The turn here, it looked like it took it fairly well. It didn't look like any time loss there. And now, it's moving probably half throttle up the dirt portion of the Vinewood Hill. Not doing too bad. But it's finally coming up to the end here, and it's looking like even the Nero before is going to have a little bit more time. That rollover did cost it quite a bit of speed, but don't worry, here comes the Tempesta chasing right after its ass. And oh, that doesn't look like a good turn, and the spin out. A spin out on the first less than 10 seconds of the run there, but don't worry, at least it didn't fall down the ditch and cost it a lot of time. So Tempesta is an all-wheel drive beast also. It sounds like it's going to have more tires than the last GTB there. Making a smooth entrance onto the off-road portion. Hopefully rollover won't be a possibility with this one. It does look like it's taking a very fast but safe approach to these turns. Yeah, very safe approach to these turns. Slowing down, braking when needed. Not braking late either. And our camera captures it on its turn there. And let's get a front camera mounted on the way. It looks like our shock is a little bit loose there. We might have to switch over the camera to the rear now. just hold it there for a little bit. This is our 360-degree camera that we wasted a ton of money on. But it's doing wonders here as it keeps the car in the center of frame. And as you can see, taking the asphalt turns very slowly and caught a little bit of a fence on there, but at least it's more cautious than the GTB, and it looks like it's taking a lot more time. But here we go. Now our rigid camera shows what it's like to be the front bumper on this, and just how terrifying that would be. You can see how fast we're going. Let's take a look at the driver here. As you can see, since I'm using my wheel, I'm trying to steer this very hard. But it's going up the hill, and it's coming up to the turn here, where you can see that a lot of cars we usually struggle with that. Even our own rally car, our own titled rally car, struggled with that turn and ended up smacking its ass right into the guardrail. But coming up the Vinewood Hill on a dark night, it looks like it's going to take the cake over the Italy GTB by over 10 seconds almost. A huge difference there. The Tempesta won that with a time of 2:24.246, but here we have our Jester RR, a rear-wheel drive monster, as some may call it, a Mark V Supra. But it's the Jester RR to avoid copyright. So, down the hill, didn't take a turn to the ditch like all the all-wheel drive ones, and it looks like it's cleared up a little bit, but it's still very wet on the course. It's handling it very nicely though, even for raining rear-wheel drive. And off-road too, and I will mention again that none of these cars are built specifically for off-road use. These all have normal tires on them and have no upgrades that would have them perform very well in rally. Taking the turn there, it looks like it spun out a little bit, but recovered very nicely, as seen on our drone film there. But coming down at quite a nice speed, taking the turns, and it's going to come back onto the asphalt. Just like that, will it hit the rail? It does not hit the rail. It was a very perfectly timed turn there. Now, as you saw in the race sheet there, it is against the GTO, which we all know what the GTO is famous for, being one of the best racing cars in GTA. However, I think that this RR is gonna put up quite a fight for it. I mean, it's not making that many mistakes. It's prowling through everything. It's hungry. It's hungry for a victory, that's for fucking sure. Like, look at it go. It's wasting no time. It's taking some sharp turns. I don't even know if they're pulling the e-brake in that one. It's just driving that wet road like it's a bitch. But here comes the difficult turn that has struggled some cars, and it looks like even just close braking, playing it safe, knowing that it's up against a racing monster like the GTO, it's playing it very cautiously, because every millisecond in this counts, and it looks like the Jester RR is going to come up with a time of 2:25.8, and then we have our GTO coming, so 2:25.835. GTO is slamming through hills. It's gonna get a run for that money for that Jester. The rain has started to come through. It is storming again, and it's looking like that GTO is going to have very little grip also, kind of like our GTB. But it's handling very well, especially for its all-wheel drive capabilities here. The drivetrain knows. Oh, but a spin out. You know, that's something that didn't happen with the Jester RR, so it looks like it's going to have a little bit of a time advantage on that one. Now the GTO is also known for its fast acceleration, so maybe that's gonna pull in some bitches with that one. But it better start praying, because it's already on a little bit of a time loss between the RR right now. It's actually falling a little bit behind. Although it did a very well executed turn, and now it's starting to make some way onto the Jester, making up some time here. Turning into the off-road portion through the fence, and it looks like it got a little bit of air on the rock. Hopefully that didn't cause too much damage to the car's control arms. A nice turn down curve there. That looked good. Right on the asphalt, slamming down. And it is taking this rain like it's not even there. It's like it's driving on dry ground. Up through the turn once more. Here comes our sort of hairpin. Slammed. Oh, shit. That was a slam on the ass and the front, and it looked like it had to back up there in order to get out, so that puts a little bit more lead on the Jester. This is going to be a very close race. The GTO is starting to pull ahead in time, though, and it looks like this might be a very close race, but I think it's going to have to go to the Italy GTO with a time of 2:22.526, and now we have our benefactor Krieger versus our Jester Classic. A very good race from before, but it's now time to see the launch of the Krieger and how it compares to the Jester Classic, which is a sports car from the 90s. Super versus sport. And the night falls, and here they go. They are off to a, well, one of them is up there. Krieger is off to a very boosted start there. Turbo start. Couldn't go wrong with it. All-wheel drive too. It's a very self-explanatory race from what I see. But super versus sport. So this is a 2000s car versus a 90s car. You know, I mean, some 90s cars can haul some ass, especially with very low regulations back in the time, but you know, some 2000s cars, they've got the technology advancements in some of them, especially in our race here, because this is a track car that we're driving here. And some of these track cars, but some of these track cars say, fuck your regulations, we're going to stick our cock in our exhaust pipe, and we're going to ejaculate up the engine to give it a little bit more nitrous horsepower. Don't ejaculate in your engines. But anyway, here it goes on the turn. It looks like it was late though, and it's going to slam into the sign. This is a very expensive car, and that's not coming out of our budget. Since these people who decided to race these all did it voluntarily, it's not going to hurt us one bit, and we are happy for that. So, oh shit! Wow, maybe the Jester is going to have some chance actually, even though it is a little bit of a slower car. It looks like it might be prevented from. Oh. Good save there, though. But it's looking like the Jester might actually have a chance with this. Especially since all the rollovers, missed turn, spin-outs. It's going to have to take these asphalt guys really carefully here, even though it's driving hard. It wants to win. It wants to make it to that final. It wants to win. This is a world-famous supercar, for fuck's sake. It wants to fucking win. I don't doubt that it wants to win. Now it's actually taking it a little bit slow, because if you don't notice, that's a cliff. And it's on two wheels. Okay, maybe I revoke what I said about it being careful at the line here, but it's on a damn cliff. It falls, it's done. But it looks like that Krieger is going to come up to the finish line in a time of 2 minutes and 25 seconds, .835. Here comes... Oh wait, my bad. That was a time of 2:25.442. Our apologies there, the time were adjusted, but here comes the Jester Classic, and it didn't look like it had a very good boosted start there. It looked like it spun a little bit, but it's going to make it up a little bit on there because it's prowling through the turns there. And even though it got a little bit of a weird ass damage with the surprising amount these cars are going for in the shitty car market that we're in right now, you can vet that out at an auto body shop or your garage. It's glue sticks. What is it, hot glue and a plunger or something like that. But for a rear-wheel drive in the mud, in the terrain that it's in right now, dirt, not bad, especially since it didn't spin out there and it's actually making a little bit of time, right? Because as you remember, the Krieger had to put it in reverse, do a quick spin there. And it's moving. It looks like it's going to be a little bit of... Oh no, it was actually a very well-timed turn there. It didn't hit the side there. And it's continuing its speed all through, but I think the Craig might be gaining some time on it from the asphalt there. And oh, a double! Oh, and by this time the Krieger has definitely made some time, and a nice hit for the 90s car. Oh, that's embarrassing. You were doing so well before. You were beating a supercar, and you let that all go. Who knows? Maybe you can make it up on the turns up back, but those were some pretty severe crashes out back there. So I don't know how it's gonna do. I don't know how it's gonna make that up. But going up the front there, on the asphalt, it has made it through the side. And it looks like after this turn, it's going to have to do that hairpin. Hopefully it can perfectly execute if it's going to make up some time. But it doesn't look like it did a very good job on that turn. And it's going to crash into a tree. Holy fuck, the 90s car is getting totaled today. You know, good thing this is GTA 5 physics and not real life, otherwise that thing would be done for. Here we go past the Vinewood sign, and by this time the Krieger is already finished. So it doesn't look like this is going to be a win for the Jester, and it barely made it in a time of 2:40.292, but we have the Penumbra versus the world famous BF Club, or the Volkswagen Golf. Now, if you don't remember from last time, the Golf surprised us heavily by absolutely dominating the old course before and actually achieving a sub, I believe it was a sub 340 time or something. It went very quick. A sub 340 or under 4-minute time for that course, which is the top of the course. It was our top 3, it was in our top 5 contenders actually. And against the Penumbra, which is a mix between a Mitsubishi Eclipse from the 2000s and an Audi TT, so it sadly didn't take on the front-wheel drive possibilities of the Eclipse, instead it took on the rear-wheel drive train of the Audi TT, which I don't fucking get it. There's already enough rear-wheel drive cars in the game, you don't really need to have something that already looks like an Eclipse going into an Audi, but that's besides the fucking point. Anyway, it's coming up through, and even though it's rear-wheel drive and a very stylish car, to say the least, yep, a spin out, you know, that wouldn't have happened with a front-wheel drive there. It would have at least ripped on it with its traction control the 2000s era. But no, you had to go with the Audi's rear-wheel drive. It's already a shit car, why would you? I mean, I'm sorry. I didn't say anything. You know, barely hit that though. But now it's on the asphalt part, which it's its strongest piece for this. But with the rain on the ground and it driving like a damn maniac, that definitely had some tire spin there. You're gonna be reliant on your front tires after that. But don't worry, our tire tread is very nice. Oh, and it looks like they actually put some upgraded wheels on this from last time to give it a little bit of a chance from the Club, because as you all probably know from last time, the Club is a machine. It's a decimator. But coming up on the asphalt part, it's gonna come nearing the sort of hairpin after this turn here, and we are following it to the hairpin right up here. Let's see how it does. You know, it's more like it tried to do a donut there. Like a stay-in-place GTA type donut, not one of those takeover donuts you see in Chicago. Just a little one. Smarter. But as it comes up, that's gonna be a very possibly easy time to beat with a time of 2 minutes, 41 seconds, .530. And here comes the Club. Its weight is so tiny, I could talk about holy shit. Wasting no time at all. Oh my god, that slammed through the downhill portion. That you're crossing lines. If that was legal, you hit the checkpoint still, but you're grinding some very fine line here, and for front wheel drive, now it's taking time. going very well, and it's doing way better than some supercars in comparison. Compact versus supercars with over 600, 1400 horsepower? Like, what? This just goes to show everybody that power is not the end-all be-all. Sometimes it can be weight, which in this case, this is a very light car, and a good driver behind the wheel also does make some difference here. But it's going to come very close to that wall. Didn't quite hit it, but it's going to take these turns outside and then inside, kind of like how you would take a Formula 1 race on the hairpin route, making as much efficiency of your turn as possible coming through our gated downhill portion. Slamming through those, you know, I thought originally that that would give it some problems, but it's looking like that flat front end there is going to take it like a damn champ. And then here it comes up through the hills here on the asphalt part, and this is beating so many of our actual cars from before, and it's a compact. Whatever's under the hood must also have some part to play with what's going on here, because this is beating some records here. This might actually be one of our fastest cars today. Like, what? This is phenomenal. I've never seen anything like this. And it's looking like that's actually going to go under 2 minutes and 20 seconds. That was a 2 minutes and 16 seconds. That's a record there. But now we'll have the Jugular versus the Dominator. But I'm sorry, Penumbra, you are out by a long shot. 2 minutes 16 seconds, .930 against 2 minutes and 41. What? But here comes the Jugular, and some may argue that this is an off-road vehicle. This is a rally type car. You see in the interior, that's more luxury than rally if I've ever seen. The only luxury part that the only rally part that it has on it is that it has all-wheel drive, and that it maybe is resemblant to some type of sports sedan. Other than that, that's a luxury car if I've ever seen it. But going on two wheels and taking some very aggressive turns, Jugular is looking like it's going to be a destined winner here, but you never know. Like what happened to the Nero, some bad turning can really take a toll on it, especially with that GTB earlier. It's just based on luck at this point. Then again, it is against a rear-wheel drive car, so there is a little bit of performance and engineering going into this one. But it's looking like a fairly good race here for the Jugular. Almost fully stopped there. You don't want to hit that wall. Oh, but a rock there. That double hit on the rock. Oh, now that's what I mean by it's going to take some time off, and now that our ASP actually has a chance. Ooh! Off the course, but it still hit the checkpoint. This is what I mean by it's never always the best performance car. Sometimes it's all down to luck and the driver behind it. But it's gonna have to, almost got out there, but it looks like it's counter steering. Did play a good role in that, and it's going to continue onwards up the hill, entering the hairpin, which did not look bad actually. It did take a little bit of lugging behind there, but in the end, it was not bad. Coming up next to the onward sign, this is going to be a very close race possibly, with the Jugular running a 2:25.463, and out goes our ASP already with a nice launch. The rear-wheel drive is going to be kind of a challenge for it, seeing as it's a heavy muscle car and on rear-wheel drive. Going down the hill and slamming through the fence there. You know, taking turns I've never seen before. Oh wow. You see, that's why rear-wheel drive has some benefits there because it's all coming from the power of the vacuum, and it's just, oh, that's going to take some time off. But as I was saying before with rear wheel drive, it's going to take that power from the back, and it's just going to push the car instead of pulling it. Except for the jugular, which it's just pushing and pulling at the same time. But a spin out here also, those elevated turns are very hard for the rear wheel drive cars. But that's okay because in high spirits, the ASP continues to go down the hill and it wastes no time. Let's get our back camera shot mounted on from our license plate. And here we go. This is where it excels. This is what Mustangs are known for. Except there's no people around. Funny joke. And I got all like but I wonder who it's going to be because we have the RSX lined up there, but it's looking like the jugular is in a little bit of a fun position now, except the ASP is taking a few better turns as of right now. However, that RSX, that's going to come for whoever is out back. And right now, it's looking like the ASP is going to take a little bit of a downfall here. Coming up on the hairpin there, though, it looks like it tried the pendulum there. It actually didn't do too bad, as it made it right onto the dirt there. Very good turning there, actually. You saw it pendulum out a little bit, fishtail out, and swing right back in. But coming up to the Longwood side, I don't think it's going to have the chance to beat the jugular, so it looks like the ASP is going to have to race the RSX. But the ASP coming in at a time of 2 minutes 37 seconds, .512, and here comes the RSX. Slamming down already. An all-wheel drive car. Oh, but it looks like it already spun out not too long into the race. And taking the turn very gradually now. This is trying to make the time and just not going to fall off. But as soon as it hits the road, full throttle, slamming into walls, drifting corners, going off the road. Very reckless of a driver that we have behind the seat of the RSX. But they are going to start slowing it down as they get to the more cautious parts of the race, as you don't want to fall off of the mountains of any type here. Because that's going to get some severe time loss there and possibly get you fucked back to 2021. And nobody wants that. Coming up on the turn that caused the Dominator to spin out, it looks like the RSX is going to take it there. And now it has a bit of a lead on the ASP as it comes down the hill and enters the asphalt portion once more. It's looking like it's going to be in front, so RSX. Oh. Did it hit? I couldn't hear if it hit. I had my headphones on. Let's put those back on. We're coming off the drive here. A spin out. Oh, that's 2 spin outs against the ASP, but it looks like it's a little bit better of a turnout for our RSX as of right now. As it looks like it has a very good lead on it. I'd say about probably 5 or 6 seconds lead on it. Let's see how it does with its hairpin turn, which is coming up very soon after this turn here. And it looks like it's going to take it very smooth. Right up there. A little bit of lugging behind, as seen from most of the other cars. But that's okay because with the time amount that you have saved up here, it's of no problem to you. And it's coming up on our final bit here. Passing the viral sign, entering up the ramp, and it's going to pass in a time of 2 minutes, 23 seconds, and 5.42 milliseconds, so that means that the Dominator is the loser of this. And these are the current lineups for round 3. As you can see, there were a lot that were taken out of this round, so place your bets for next time. And San Andreas Rally Course 3 for the San Andreas Rally Course 2021 Championships will be coming out soon, so thank you everyone for watching this season. so far, I thank you all so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed and want to see round 3 come out soon. Round 3 will be coming out, and we will have the rally cars tested out, and a video for you will be shown so that you can make your predictions more accurate seeing at the course. But anyway, that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and I hope to see all of you in the next Rallycross video. Goodbye, everyone, and have a great day.